Hello guys, I'm Andrew from Seoul Law Group, and we are an English-speaking law firm based in Seoul, South Korea. We're back with another video today, and we'll cover everything you need to know about workers' compensation in Korea. Did you know that in Korea, every workplace with one or two more employees needs to register their employees for workers' compensation insurance? This means that if an employee has a work-related accident, injury, or disease, they will get monetary compensation for their medical costs and they'll be aided in their return to work. This is also called Occupational Accident Compensation or Industrial Accident Compensation. It's very important that every employee in Korea understands the benefits of Occupational Accident Insurance. We'll explain what is seen as occupational accidents, what the benefits are of the workers' compensation insurance, and how to claim them. What are occupational accidents? According to Korean Ministry of Employment and Labor, MOEL, the Industrial Accident Compensation Insurance covers three types of accidents: accident on duty, occupational disease, commuting accident. It is important to understand that the word accident also covers instances such as disability, injury, disease, and even death. Accident on duty. Accidents on duty are any accidents that occur while an employee performs their duties. Accidents that happen during work events or even on break, if the accident can be seen as caused by the employer, also fall under accidents on duty. For example, if you're a restaurant worker and you get badly burned by hot water while on duty, you might be eligible to claim the benefits. Occupational disease. According to Article 37, any of the following can be occupational diseases: any disease caused by handling or being exposed to any physical agent, chemical substance, dust, pathogen, work imposing a burden on the worker's body, or any other agent causing trouble to their health while performing their duties. Any disease caused by an occupational injury, disease attributable to mental stress at workplace caused by workplace harassment, verbal abuse by customers, and other causes. Any other disease caused in connection with their duties. For example, if frequent handling of heavy metals has led to metal poisoning, you are eligible to file a claim for benefits under the Industrial Accident Occupation Insurance. Occupational disease also include damage to the body due to undue strain, such as heavy lifting, physical exertion, heat stroke, dehydration, and etc. Commuting accident. Any accidents that occur whilst commuting to work using means of transportation that are provided by the employer or under the control of the employer is also an occupational accident. For example, if you ride a shuttle bus that is provided by your employer and the bus gets into an accident, you're eligible to file for benefits. Any accidents that occur while commuting using common route and method are also covered by the Industrial Accident Compensation Insurance, but it depends on case by case. Exceptions. If there is no causal relationship between the workplace and the accident is not considered an occupational accident. This means that it is very important to explain the relationship between the workplace and the cause of the accident to receive the proper insurance benefits. Also, if the damage was caused by your intentional action, self-harm, or other criminal act, you're not eligible to apply for compensation. But if that intentional action, self-harm, or other criminal act was done in a state of mental disorder from an occupational accident, the damage can still be covered by the insurance. What is occupational accident compensation in Korea? As stated, almost every employee is covered by occupational accident compensation. Most foreign employees should be covered by it as well. Make sure to check with your employer if you cannot remember signing the insurance form. You and your employer pay a small monthly contribution. Industrial Accident Compensation, 산업재해보상보험 in Korean, provides insurance benefits in the case of any of the occupational accidents described. These benefits are medical care benefits, temporary layoff benefits, disability benefits, nursing benefits, survivors benefits, funeral expenses, vocational rehabilitation benefits, work accident insurance benefit claim. How to claim the benefits depends on the type of benefits you're trying to claim. For all claims goes you need to acquire the proper forms from either your employer or the insurance agency. The forms often need to be signed by doctors, and additional proof might be required. Medical care benefits. Medical care benefits can only be claimed if the medical treatment takes 4 or more days. If the treatment takes 3 days or less, no benefits will be received. The application can be submitted by the employee or by the hospital or pharmacy to Korea Workers' Compensation and Welfare Service, Comwell. In principle, the application should be filed before the treatment is done, using special forms that can be found through the Workers' Compensation Insurance. It can also be filed on the internet through Comwell's official website. When the application is filed, Comwell decides whether they will sustain or overrule it within 7 days. When it is sustained, Comwell either provides the employee medical care in industrial accident insurance related medical institution or pays the expenses in lieu of the medical care. Usually, the latter happens when the employee already received the medical care in another medical institution and pay for the bill themselves. Temporary layoff benefits. These benefits can be claimed when 4 or more days of work and thus income are missed due to medical treatment because of an occupational accident. Employees or their bosses can file for these benefits to Comwell, who decides whether they will pay the money or not. 70% of the wage is paid by insurance within 14 days after the decision for payment. Disability benefits. Disability benefits will compensate for the loss of the labor force, which is caused by a physical or mental disability, after recovering from any injury or disease. The application can be filed by the employee or employer to Comwell. When filing the application, the employee should attach the documents providing their state of disability, such as a disability certificate, radiography results, or medical records. When the application is filed, Comwell lets the doctor define the damage and judge the employee's disability grades, which are divided into 14 grades from grade 1 to grade 14. Grade 1 is the most serious one, such as being completely blind or completely losing both arms, while grade 14 is the least serious, such as not being able to use one pinky finger properly. The compensation is paid according to the disability grade. The employee can choose whether they'll be paid the money in the form of an annuity or lump sum. However, they can only be paid in the form of annuity if they're grade 1 to 3. Nursing benefits. Nursing benefits are for the employee who is in need of medically constant or frequent nursing care after their cure, when their disability grades are grade 1 to 2, and is actually receiving nursing care. They can either apply for regular nursing benefits, which equals to permanent nursing benefits, or frequent nursing benefits, which is equal to occasional nursing benefits, depending on how often nursing care is required. Frequent nursing benefits will cover 2/3 of the costs, whilst regular nursing benefits will cover the full amount. It is claimed using specific forms gotten through the employer or the insurance agency. Survivors' benefits. If an employee has passed away, their relatives are entitled to claim survivors' benefits. These can be claimed by spouses, children under age 25, parents over age 60, siblings under age 19 or over age 60, whose livelihood had been supported by the disease. Even if they don't meet their age requirements, they are eligible if they have severe disabilities. There are forms that need to be filed to submit this claim to Comwell. Injury disease compensation annuities. If the treatment for the injury or disease extends more than 2 years, and the employee still can't get a job because of it, they will no longer receive temporary layoff benefits, but instead will receive injury and disease compensation pensions. This type of benefit can be claimed when the doctor pronounces the injury or disease incurable and the grade of serious conditions caused by the injury or disease is judged to be under grades 1 to 3. The insurance pays 329 days of their average daily wages for grade 1, 291 days for grade 2, and 257 days for grade 3. Funeral expenses. If an employee has passed away due to an occupational accident, their next of kin are entitled to claim funeral expenses. The insurance covers an amount equivalent to 120 days of the average daily wage of the deceased, although it cannot be over 1,633만 4,840 Korean won, or less than 1,172만 9,120won, which is in Korean won. Vocational rehabilitation benefits. An employee who requires vocational training to be reemployed, who is already receiving disability benefits because they are in grade 1 through 12, can be paid vocational training costs and vocational training allowances. Meanwhile, the business owners who hire the recipients of disability benefits can be paid return to work subsidies, vocational adoption training costs, and rehabilitation exercise costs. Work accident compensation appeal procedure. After an employee, their employer, their doctor, or their surviving family has filed the industrial accident compensation claim, Commonwealth will then determine how much money you will receive. This is based on the severity of the injury or disease, the costs made, the wages missed, and etc. If, however, the applicant disagrees with the amount of the benefits, they can submit an appeal by requesting for examination to Commonwealth within 90 days after the decision, which will let Commonwealth rethink the decision within 60 days. If that is still unsatisfactory, the applicant can either request for re-examination to the Industrial Accident Compensation Insurance Re-Examination Committee or file an administrative lawsuit against Commonwealth. Industrial Accident Compensation Insurance Act. The law that contains everything described in this article is called the Industrial Accident Compensation Insurance Act, 산업재해보상보험법 in Korean. This act describes in detail what is seen as occupational accidents, workers, disabilities for survivors, and etc. It is good to take a look at the law when filing a benefits claim to ensure you understand the benefits you will receive. Civil damage claim for illegal acts. If the employee is unsatisfied with the compensation under the Industrial Accident Compensation Insurance, they can file a civil damage claim for illegal acts against their employer or third party responsible for the accident and damage. If won, the amount granted shall include active damages, treatment expenses, nursing expenses, etc., and passive damages, lost income, lost severance pay, etc. Sometimes mental damages are also granted. Well, I hope this video was useful for you, and if you have any questions or concerns about workers' compensation in Korea, let us know in the comment section below, and you can find more info on seullawgroup.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on that notification bell for more Korean law videos, and we hope to see you next time. Bye bye.